that's what we do. I have a safe place in my mind that, when I close my eyes, I know exactly where I am, and you walk into it with your eyes closed.
Where is it?
It's at home.
In New Zealand?
In New Zealand, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's just the sun's just coming up.
Oh, God, I'm going to cry now.
Hello.
Daddy, I love him.
Mother thanks you.
Right, Mr. DeMille, I'm ready for my close-up.
I never thought it would happen with me and the girl from Clapham out on the way to Carmen. That night I ain't forgotten. We took all the chances and none of the bands. She said, I am a lady. I said, you may be. Sorry, Helen. Sorry. I know you've just spoke your tea. She said she didn't want me to sing on the podcast anymore. That song, guess what it is?
It's at the junction, obviously.
Yeah, I know it's at the junction. By who?
Squeeze.
Yeah, what year?
80...
No.
Well, obviously it is 80s.
No.
It's not 70s.
Yes, it is.
Is it?
Yeah, I think.
Well, no. It would be about 1980, I would say. 81 maybe.
What's the relevance of that song?
What's the relevance of that song at the junction?
To me, not to like
to
the
you.
big picture. To me.
Well, you're pregnant again.
What?
I don't know.
What are you on about?
Why would it be relevant to anyone? I don't know.
God, Brian.
What?
Can you just try and go along with it? What is the relevance to that song? Right, I'll tell you, because you don't know, even though I've told you about 1,000,000 times. That's the first record I ever bought in my whole life.
Right.
Yeah.
What was mine?
Pardon?
What was mine?
I was in Lancashire, in Preston in Lancashire, and I bought Squeeze. I'd saved up all my pocket money, and I got Squeeze up the junction, and God, I thought I was cool. And I think I was only about 9, so I'm thinking, why would it be in the 80s? Because I was born in 71, so if it was earlier, if it was 80s, it was only
It might
early
well have been the
80s.
70s. I might be completely and utterly wrong.
No, that can't be possible.
Squeeze
That
was
can't be
normally
possible.
it could be late 70s. But I'm just trying to think, yeah. When was
Anyway,
it?
welcome to the It's a Drama podcast. I told you that I was going to be doing a little song and I'm going to try and do it now.
Just because you got these Rode microphones.
I know, because it started way back when we were in New Zealand, and someone said, I thought you were going to burst into song when you had those microphones. I thought, actually, I'll give you a little treat. And I've already got my song lined up for next week.
Have you?
Yeah, I have.
What's that going to be?
Well, you have to wait and see.
Okay.
So, welcome to the It's a Drama podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about marriage. Oh, no, we're not talking about marriage. Are we talking about marriage? We're talking about being in England and...
Well, we are. We talk about being married, but it's mainly, we don't actually mention marriage really in the...
If you're new to this podcast, it's not well, it is normally this disorganised. But we are Liz and Brian, husband and wife.
Yes,
and
unscripted, unprompted. There you go.
Did ChatGPT tell you to say that?
No, that's just me saying it.
That's in your words. Unscripted, unprompted. That's so pretentious. Isn't it? Unscripted and unprompted.
But that's the new tagline. There you go.
Is it?
Not really,
We're trying to find a new tagline, because the thing is, our podcast, we're husband and wife, like I say, and we live in New Zealand normally, and we've come away for a year-long trip, and I'm not going to... You can go back and listen to all the other episodes.
Yeah.
We're here travelling with our... Oh, that's a B. Here travelling with our young adult children. We've been in Paris, Norway, Greece, and now we're in England, where we were born.
Yeah.
And we've come back to England to stay for 3 months.
What is it with England? So I'm just looking at your tea. You know, you have a tea and we have black tea, so it kind of stains the cup.
I think it's the water.
Yeah, but why is it always got a scum on it? There's always like a scum on top of the tea
I
in
never
England.
thought it would happen with me and the girl from Clapham. They're scummy, aren't they?
Out on that wind it comes.
Scummy.
It is scummy.
English scum.
Yeah.
That's what we are.
Yeah.
So this is the English Scum podcast.
Yeah, the Scummy Marriage podcast.
Actually, that's quite a good name for
There
a
you go.
podcast, that.
What?
Oh, anyway,
English
stop
scum.
it now. Just be proper.
Yeah.
So we're here to talk to you today about the house that we've rented in England.
Not this one that we're in. This is house sitting.
We're house sitting at the moment. Should we just take a breath and just be? I feel like we're just.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I feel like we're just being a bit silly.
Well, we always are.
No, we're not.
Are we not?
No.
We're deadly serious on this podcast.
We are going to be talking to you about house sitting, because we're here house sitting.
Would you rather do a podcast with someone else that would be actually a little bit more interactive than me?
I think you're really I think you're really interactive.
Yeah.
But the feeling I get from you sometimes, Bri, is like you don't. I don't know, like you don't give it me back.
I think what it is.
I need someone who's like can bounce off me and like be comedic and go, yeah, let's talk about squeezing up the junction. But all you ever say
what were you doing in 1970 something?
But all you ever say is, well, it wasn't 1970s, it was 1980s actually. And then it sort of like just quashes any like.
But I think what
fun.
it is, you plan this. Why I've just been doing some video editing, so I'm not quite on the same level as where you are. What are you looking at?
I'm looking at all the fluff on your t-shirt.
I know. It's like I haven't got changed or anything for this podcast. You've got makeup
paper
on.
in your ears.
I know.
You know, I was just sitting next to Brian. I said, "What's that in your ear?" And it's like this massive big thing in your ear.
Yeah.
I thought
it wasn't massive.
It was.
Was it?
It was quite.
Was
big.
it like so big it was
No,
hanging
it wasn't
out?
massive. It wasn't massive. It was just like this diddy little thing in Brian's ear, but I've got really, really good eyesight. So I said, "What's that in your ear?" And you said, "Oh, it's paper where I've been drying my ears."
I dried my ears, yeah.
Why do you dry your ears with paper?
Because I find the towel's too big to go in there.
So you go and get some paper and dry your ears?
Somebody in the bathroom, yeah. I don't just like, go and get a piece of newspaper.
It's a bit weird.
Why?
Because it just
It's just because you don't. And you've got fluffy bits of skin of yours.
Oh, right, okay. We're going to be telling you about... God, what's wrong with us today? We're just all giddy and silly.
It's not...
And you're all fluffy. And I'm going to be telling you later, actually, this is a serious thing, what someone said to us on YouTube, on the comments, on the comments.
Was it nasty or was it nice?
Well, one of the comments was nice because one of them said, you know, like that, we've just done a podcast in Greece. We've been in Greece for 3 months and we did a podcast on the balcony of in Greece.
On the balcony of Greece.
And it was in the morning and we weren't even going to video it. We were just going to have it as an audio podcast.
It was really early, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was really early. We just got out of bed and we were only going to have it as an audio podcast. And then we just, at the last minute, we're like, do you know what? Just stick the camera there. We'll pretend it's not there because we've been doing lots of audio podcasts as a means of therapy while we were in Greece. And it's been absolutely wonderful. Not having the camera there has just been, it gives it such a different feel to the podcast. Anyway, we did put the camera here this time.
You don't have to worry about your fluffy t-shirt.
You don't. No. And I'm being a bit mean because, you know, you do, but you can take it though, Bri.
Really?
You're not sensitive like me.
Still thinking about my ears.
Are you?
Yeah.
Are you sensitive?
Yeah.
Are you really?
No. I am, but I'm not. Who isn't sensitive?
Are you offended that I said that about your ears?
On the tube? Not really.
On YouTube.
It's just keeping it real, isn't it? Scummy and real.
Sorry,
like
Brian. Anyway, so we did this video and Brian was in his,
black singlet or vest, as we would call it in the UK.
And someone said on the comments, Brian looks like he's just come out the shearing shed shearing 300 ewes. We laughed about that.
Yeah, but I did. I laughed my head off because it was right, actually. Because when you actually do see the shearers, they're all like a bit hot and sweaty and red from doing all that work. And that's what they wear is the vest because they like the lanolin, don't they? They have the softest hands in around.
So today, we're going to be talking to you on the podcast about renting a house. We've rented a house in Bath in the UK and we're there for 3 months. We want to tell you all about that story because it was quite a palaver. We want to tell you we are now officially worldwide stars, aren't we, Brian?
Yes.
We are celebrities in the world, aren't we?
In the world.
And when we tell you, you're not going to be able to believe it because,
we've only got a small channel really in the grand scale of things,
Brian, it doesn't matter.
I know.
Size doesn't matter. I keep telling you that.
I thought that all the time.
It doesn't matter. And so we're going to tell you about that. And then on a more serious note, and I didn't know whether to say this or not, so I'll probably just keep it to the end. And then only the the serious people listening to the podcast. I just wanted to talk about the effect of your words, says she who's just told the whole world that her husband cleans his ears with paper. But no, just the effects of your words and like how it can have such an effect on you, but also how different we are as husband and wife, because I won't tell you now, but someone left a pretty nasty comment and I read it yesterday and we just had completely different reactions to that. So we'll tell you that later in the show. Right. That'll keep you coming. That'll keep you there, won't it? Because you'll want to know about that. I know you do.
To the end now.
No, they won't because they won't know.
Right. Won't tell you whereabouts the end it is.
First of all, what about our stardom?
It was a bit weird, wasn't it?
It was flipping. It was unbelievable.
Yeah. It's in the place you least expected.
Yeah.
You know, and it really, really is, isn't it? It's just, you're just sitting there, literally having a cup of tea in a place that we don't ever really go. Sorry for people who live in Trowbridge in Somerset. It's not my favourite town.
Isn't it? Why?
No, it's just...
Your workmate used to live there.
Yeah, Sam, you meet Sam.
Yeah. Why is it not your favourite?
Because it's just not.
It's a little market town just outside Bath.
It's an old market town, wool town. It's still, I think it's still got in the museums an active wool mill, apparently.
Yeah. And it's pretty. It's really ancient.
Yeah, we brought it in from shearing in New Zealand to wool.
I know. Maybe there's a thing going
Trowbridge.
on.
Yeah.
Like your ears, your top looks like you've got like
looks like it's a woolen top. It's probably been washed
sheep
with wool.
shagging things all over it. You know, like I don't know. You look like you've been
shagging sheep.
battling like what's it called when you go over something? You know, like humping. No, not humping. You know,
I don't know why I bothered joining the podcast today. So I'm just getting a load of. So those words that you're saying are really working, aren't they?
Oh, Bryce, stop it. Anyway,
let's get back to back to the Trowbridge Shires.
Yeah, so
is it called the Shires? The shopping mall? Yes, I think it is.
So here's the thing: we're in Bath. We're in Somerset, right? We're house sitting. In this, I'm looking at it now. I can't show you because we don't want to be like we don't want to give the privacy.
Yeah, and
away.
the little cat Monty's over there.
Oh, there she is.
Yeah, she was upstairs, top floor.
Was she?
Before, yeah, on the
I was
window
worried
ledge.
about her because I hadn't seen her all morning. Oh, she's gorgeous.
She's got a cat flap to get out on the roof, you know. And she climbed the wisteria on the front of the house last night. We were in bed.
Yeah, with the window open.
It just sounded like Ernie's ghostly gold tops rattling in his crate. It really did because it was like, what is that? And it was like...
And it was her
and then she popped
up
through the window.
Yeah. So we're house sitting in Somerset, and we've told you that before, and it's like a mini Downton Abbey. It's just the best. I think we've done 32 house sits now.
Yep.
We're big house sitters. It's how we save money when we travel. I can't recommend it highly enough. I've written lots of posts on it that I will link in the description below, so I don't have to tell you about it here, but I can't imagine travelling without house sitting, and this happens to be... Sorry, go on.
It's just one of the best.
It is.
But this is one of the best as well.
You're not always a fan though, are you, Bri?
No, it's a bit stressy sometimes.
Yeah, why?
Yeah, just because, especially if you're with the kids,
it's really stressful with the kids.
And it's like...
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend doing what we're doing and house sitting with two young adults.
Yeah, and Liz even...
Makes me paranoid.
Yeah, there's a wooden chopping block thingy.
Are you not going to tell that story?
Why? You told about my ears.
What if the house sitting lady
No,
listen?
but here's a little trip.
Oh yeah,
a little tip.
Yep.
So Liz had a bottle of.
Well, first of all, stop.
What?
First of all, the house is glorious.
Yeah, it is.
Like I say, it's a big mansion. It's the best house sit we've ever done, and we are paranoid with the kids, and we're like, don't put that down. But use a coaster. Don't do that. Take your shoes off, because we want to make sure everything is perfect. Because
find it as or leave it as you found it. Sort of thing,
because the woman who owns this house, I can't tell you how beautiful she has been to me.
She's been amazing.
I told her all about I told her all about why we were traveling on this trip, about losing my mum, and she just said, you know what, I'm in a similar position. She said, she said, please come to my house and treat it like your own, and so I'm really, really aware that this one is special, and as they all are, but this one is extra special because I love the woman so much. So yeah, she's got this massive, big, gorgeous kitchen. Go on, carry on.
Yes, and there's a round beach block chopping. No, it's not a chopping board. It's just a worktop, which is a little bit raised from the rest of the other bench tops because it's on like a little island thingy. And
Can I just stop you?
What?
Do you think we should say this?
What?
This story you're going to tell.
Well, it's not that bad, is it? Because it was remedied, and that's what the tip is all about.
I know, but...
But anyway, Liz had a bottle of spice, and as you do, you just kind of... Because it was kind of caked in the bottom. You know, when you get down to the last bit of cinnamon or whatever it was that you were trying to get out, ground stuff. And so you banged it a little bit. You didn't really bang it that hard, you just banged it. But on the bottom of the glass bottle is like knurled, which just means there's little ridgy bits on the bottom of the ground. And it just kind of made 3 indentations on the chopping board thing.
Oh, it's
not a chopping board,
Started
but it's
crying.
And he just looked at it and was like, oh shit. So I think I might be able to sand that out, or you don't think you just don't want to start doing stuff like that and then add some of the wood worktop.
We went
oil.
online and bought the oil, didn't we?
Yeah, I did. It's just a little thing from Amazon I bought. That was it. And then we went down to see my brother-in-law the next day, and he just said, "Oh, just get a little bit of hot water and put it on it, and overnight, you just leave it with a little tiny bit of water on top." He said, and it might just swell back out to where it was.
And it did.
It did.
And you can't even tell now.
How cool is that?
Oh, that's a fantastic tip.
Yeah.
That was a really fantastic
Obviously, if it's varnished, you can't, but this is just oiled, so the water will soak in a little bit. But it just popped the little indentation. It wasn't much, but it was just like 6 little marks around on it, wasn't it?
Yeah. But I just felt so disappointed in myself because it was, like I say, I've been like on at the kids and like, be careful. And then I go to do something like that. And it's like, how could I not have thought that whacking a piece of glass on a piece of wood wasn't going to dent it?
You don't think, do you? You just think like you do on worktops. You're only tapping it.
Anyway,
You're not, like,
it's all
it,
fixed now, isn't it?
Yeah,
so
it's all good.
But we've been here for 3 weeks, and like I say, house sitting, absolutely fantastic. It costs $100 to join house sitting a year, and we worked out the other day, because we're now having to pay for accommodation. We've got 10 days with no accommodation, so we've got nowhere to live. So we're having to pay for accommodation, and that's costing us like knocking on 2,000 New Zealand dollars. And so we worked out, by staying here in August, we have saved, it must be $8,000-9,000
easy, in accommodation fees,
for 4 people. It's just incredible, and it's been the best time so far. We've got another week left, but it's been wonderful. It's been like,
charge the batteries after all the travelling.
It has, it's been absolutely fantastic. But we're going to go and live in Bath and this was like a big, where are we going to live? We're going back to live in Bath for 3 months. And Bath is where we came from.
We're from up north, so we say Bath.
Yeah. Bath is where we came from before we moved to New Zealand. So it's where we spent the last 10 years, and the kids were born there.
Do you know what we said? We spent 12 years in Bath.
No, we didn't.
Was it?
No, 10.
Why? No.
98 to 2008.
2009, so 11. Yeah, we're banging them both wrong, hey?
Oh, that was a nice little face. That was nice. Both wrong.
Both wrong. There you go. Can't blame anyone, can you?
So we're going to go and rent a place in Bath. So the kids, the reasoning behind this is not just because Bath is gorgeous.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place, but also, and I don't know if this was a mistake or not. I still don't know if this was a mistake. We wanted to take the kids back to where they were born, like to stand on the land where they were born, not just stand on the land, but stand in the city that they were born in.
Spend some time where they were born, which not many of us get to do that really. Go back to where we were from, because most people move around. My parents and your parents moved, didn't they?
Yeah, they did.
Mine moved 350 miles away down to Cornwall, and yours around about the same time did the same thing.
But it was weird for us because I don't know about anyone else, but like you were born in Liverpool.
Yep.
And you've still got people in Liverpool that you go back.
Yeah,
I've
got some cousins still in Liverpool. Not many, but there's a few.
And I was born in Preston in Lancashire, and I have my dad there, and my dad's family there. My cousins still live there, so I can go back and see them. But with Bath, with the kids, there's no one there. My mum moved to New Zealand, and she passed away last year, and there's no one left. There's no one in Bath. There's no reason why our kids would ever go back to Bath to see anyone or visit anyone. And so we wanted to make that effort of like, let's take them back and just see what it's like to like be in a place where you were born. Yeah.
Because it's not, we are so far away living in New Zealand. That's the thing. It is literally that you can't get further away in the world. You really can't.
And the reason I say I don't know whether it was a mistake or not, this is a big topic, but the reason I said I don't know whether it's a mistake is because both of them, well, especially Tess, absolutely loves it, doesn't she? She's like, she does. I just want to stay here. I love it.
She didn't really want to go because she wants really to move more towards London, doesn't
Yeah.
she? That's what she's thinking of with the style of work that she's doing. But obviously London's a big place, and we said try Bath. You can get the train. You can figure out in London if there's a place, that sort of thing. So it was just an in-between point, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That's where it ticked all the boxes, and not only that, this is where you're from.
Exactly. But she loves it. Absolutely loves it. And don't know what's going to happen there. We'll keep you updated.
No, it's a Saturday today, and we're going out Saturday night because we went out last Saturday to the comedy store, didn't we? So they saw a bit of British comedy, didn't they? Even though one of them was Norwegian.
Yeah,
She was funny though.
So we've been looking for a place and we found somewhere, and we'll tell you about that. We'll found somewhere. But in the meantime, Tess, who wants to go into acting and modelling and all these, being entertainment, needed some headshots doing, some photographs. And she found someone in Trowbridge, which is just outside Bath. And she said, will you take me over and I'll go over and get these headshots done? So we said, yep, okay. So last week we went over and she was in there for like 3 hours, and we had nothing to do other than walk around Trowbridge. And it's a market town. It's very pretty, but we haven't got any money at the moment, so it wasn't like we could go shopping or, so we were like, okay, well, we're going to be kicking around.
Lots of nail bars.
Oh yeah, I had my nails, that gel taken off my nails, didn't I?
You didn't like that, did you?
Oh, it was horrible.
Yeah.
I'm never having those gel nails put on again.
Right.
They look gorgeous on Tess, but they were just, they look really nice, but when you have them taken off, I can't stand the feel of the sandpaper drill on your nail. It just,
could have used that in the worktop, couldn't we?
No, yeah, you could, yeah. Anyway, so we were in Trowbridge and we were sitting there and we were having a little bit of a, I don't want to say down day, but we were.
It wasn't a down day. It was just, we're not expecting to be there, I suppose. As in, we knew we were going, but you just think, all the time we lived in Bath, we never spent time in Trowbridge apart from going to Tesco's there, because there wasn't a Tesco's in Bath at the time.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's all we know of Trowbridge.
Yeah, and we were just there, and we didn't have, like I say, we didn't want to spend money, and there was nothing to do, and we were just. We could have been at home. We could be doing something. We could anyway. So we go to this little cafe inside a mall. The mall is called the Shires. Yeah. And lots of nail bars, and it was a lovely cafe. I can't remember the name of it, but it's got seating,
There's like an atrium area, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's got a glass roof. It's quite old fashioned, and the building itself is part of the original building that was there.
Yeah.
It's the front of the cafe built, and then they built the mall around it.
Yeah. And we were just looking, having our coffee, not saying much to each other. And, how long is it? How long do you think she'll take? Oh, it's going to be another 2 hours. Yeah. Oh, well, we'll just stay here then. Didn't have my book with me. Didn't have them. We've just been a bit miserable, weren't we? Really?
I did say to you,
a bit embarrassing.
What are we doing here?
Well, this is the thing.
Isn't it? Because you're just looking around and you're like, I don't know why we're here. But then you know why we're here because of Tess. But it was always like...
and sometimes it just catches you off guard and you're like, what are we doing?
Yeah.
Why are we actually
Where in the world
here?
are we?
What are we doing? Why have we got nowhere to live? Why are we spending all this money? We were just having one of those moments, weren't we, where we were just being, why are we here kind of thing? And just downing it, just getting downer and downer. Look at each other and we're like, Brian literally said to me, what are we doing here? And then we looked away, and this mall had no one in it. It was just empty. It wasn't
very many people.
No,
there was one guy
Wednesday
sitting
afternoon
next to us,
about
not one
3
person in
o'clock.
the cafe, because it was getting closer to 5-ish, wasn't it?
This young lad starts bounding towards us with this huge smile on his face, didn't he? Yeah. Looking straight into my eyes, just beaming at me. And I thought, my first reaction was, is he a friend of my nephew's? My nephew's the similar age. He lives in Devon. And I thought, is he a friend of Joe and he knows me?
Right.
And when you're totally confused, he just comes up to me and he points at Brian, he points at me and he goes, it's Liz and Brian from It's a Drama, isn't it? Oh my God.
It was so weird. It was almost like, felt like someone had paid him to come over. That sort of thing.
And we
go cheer those two up.
Yeah, and me and Brian have this game. I don't know if you do this, if any other married couples out there do this, but me and Brian have this game where we pretend, in fact, it's not even a game, it's a bit serious actually.
It's getting a bit paranoid
I
now.
know, it is a bit. I think we're schizophrenic.
I think we are.
Yeah. And we do this thing where we
anyone on YouTube is.
Where we believe that we're living in a reality
in the Truman Show.
In the Truman Show.
Yeah.
And so when anything happens, we always say, "Oh, the directors told them to do that."
Yeah, get some extras out quick.
Yeah. Yeah. Like if we see the same car over and over
again. Didn't realise we were going to Trowbridge for the day.
Yeah, and we did. We said the director's there going, bloody hell, shit, look how miserable they are. Send someone out and just pretend you know their channel.
Maybe that is true about Trowbridge, though. It's not quite finished.
The set's not quite finished. So what are the chances of that?
Yeah.
This guy is moving to New Zealand. He's 21 years old. His name's Ben. If you're watching, Ben.
Yeah, from Devices.
Hello, darling. Absolutely gorgeous to meet you.
We did change numbers. I swapped numbers with him, said, in New Zealand, give me a call.
Yeah, we did. And he was like, I'm sorry to disturb you guys. And we would, did you see how much we picked up? Why can't we be like that in real life?
The whole mood just went bump,
I know.
didn't it? Because it's like, oh, wow. Yeah, and he was about, I won't bother you, I'm going to go. And you turned around and said, no, please.
I was
tell us what you're up
dragging him to the
Tell me
table.
what visa you're getting.
Yeah.
Tell me what's what. Tell me what you want to do.
And
he was just like,
oh, you split up with your girlfriend? Why?
Yeah.
No, I didn't say that. But he was just so gorgeous. And he just said, I've been watching your channel for the last 2 years. And
went to New Zealand last year and now I just love the place. Can't get enough of it.
What are the chances of that?
I know.
So what we said afterwards, all this to say, that's why we're in Trowbridge.
Yes.
When you said to me, what are we doing here?
He did say to us, what are you doing in Trowbridge?
Yeah.
He said, you were from Bath originally, weren't you? And I said, yeah, we were living here before we went to New Zealand. And there you go. He's definitely been following us because he knows the story.
Yeah.
And, that's what we said afterwards, wasn't it? There you go. Why are we in Trowbridge was to meet Ben.
I know. And to give him, because we said, take our number.
Boost as well.
And he's like, really? And we went, yeah, take our number. I said,
going on his own, isn't he?
Yeah, he is. And he's only the same age as Tess.
Yeah,
And
he's 21.
I said, if ever you're in New Zealand, you need anything, you're passing through, you need somewhere to stay, whatever, you need some advice, you've run out of petrol and you need picking up, give us a call.
We're there to help.
Yeah. And that's why we were there.
I know. And then when you look at it like that.
Universe an amazing thing,
I know, when you
Brian.
think the whole thing and someone spots you in the middle of nowhere and that's, just on something that you're doing, not just because they're watching you, they're invested in what we're telling people about New Zealand.
And we said afterwards, because there's a little fly and it keeps landing on my face.
Yeah.
We said afterwards.
Because you haven't dried your ears.
Pardon?
Because you haven't dried your ears properly.
We're sitting in the garden of the house-sitting place. We did our last podcast from here, so I've told you all about it. But it's just this summer in England. It's been English blissness,
proper English
hasn't it,
summer.
Bri?
Yeah, it really has. It's like the summers of old that we used to get when we were kids, or when I was a kid anyway, back in the 60s and 70s.
And if you're not watching this podcast, we can see oak trees, we can see rhododendrons, we can see climbing clematis and grass, and the cat is just stretched out in front of us just lazily and all around the garden.
On the yellow grass, which is great to see it,
All around the garden has got lavender, and I brought my lavender. Anyway, so that was all that. It just goes to show, because you tend to think, if you start a YouTube channel, like we have people reaching out to us, couples reaching out to us saying, I've got this niche. Like, for instance, this guy reached out the other day and he said, my wife is a doula.
Yep.
I think that's how you pronounce it. The
doula,
the birthing partner.
Yep.
Yeah, it's not
a bit like a midwife, but not the same.
Yeah, and he said she wants to do content on YouTube about being a doula in New Zealand. And I was like, what a fantastic idea is that? Just to support, say about all the support that she can give people and what happens and.
Yeah.
And I know that people would probably think, oh, but who's going to watch that? And what the story we've just told about us, I know to us, we've got 18,000 odd subscribers, but we're a small channel,
It's
relatively small channel. A very niche. Yeah, that's the word.
It's not everyone's cup of tea.
No. If you said to someone, oh, we're going to start a channel and it's going to be about helping people move to New Zealand or talking about New Zealand, you just think, oh, who's going to watch that?
I know. Yeah.
And then here you are, you come to the other side of the world.
I know. So unexpected.
And someone comes up to you and says, I've seen your YouTube channel.
I know.
It's incredible.
It is. That's where it is incredible.
It's incredible.
Yep, it is. It blows you away.
Yeah, it does. Just hang on a minute. Let me just bask in my glory.
Yeah, there you go.
My Ben glory.
Yeah, Ben was a nice chap.
He was.
Yeah.
So shall we tell the story about finding the accommodation in Bath? I mean, there's not much to tell.
No, but it's not. It's like you go online and find somewhere.
Bloody expensive, Brian.
It's ridiculous, but that's because of where we want to live. And not only that, we're really stuck. It's either Airbnb for 3 months or a short-term let. which is so hard to get.
Yeah.
Because, normally minimum 12 months, minimum 6 months, minimum 18 months or 2 years, and you just think, ooh, we can't tie ourselves up for stuff like that.
The website we've been using is called Spot Rental. I signed up for it and they send you notifications. And I don't know this for a fact, but I'm guessing it's where all the agents also put their listings for rentals as well.
Yeah, or maybe, or it just has a bot that goes around and scoops them all up.
Yeah.
Because I don't know. I signed up for one similar. I can't remember, something rental, and it's a bit shit. It says connect with landlord. And it doesn't.
I know. Yeah, some of them are just
really,
infuriating.
Just be careful.
And we looked at Marketplace, Facebook Marketplace, and that was just, it wasn't working out. But like Bryce said, we just wanted somewhere. What we wanted, our goal, was to come to Bath, settle down for a little while, let Tess and Sunny get to know the area. Tess can go on the train to London. She can get a job. She can see what it's like to live here. And then in our mind, we were thinking, okay, we can settle her down, we can be here, we can live here, and then we can go off and do our own thing, knowing that she's okay, maybe Sunny will stay too. Again, that's another big story.
We don't know. That's the thing. You're just leaving it open at the moment because you just don't know what's going to happen.
No.
So you can't even guess until we know.
No. So that's what we wanted to do.
We'll keep you informed.
Yeah, of course we will.
Yeah.
That's what we wanted to do, was get settled here and just put some roots down for a while. But like you say,
it's only 3 months, isn't it? It's not a long time, really, is it?
But I was a bit naive. I thought that we would be able to, because I don't know, when we were renting our house, when we went to Thailand for a month, we just stuck it on Trade Me and we were like, oh, a house to rent for a month. And we didn't rip people off. We didn't say, oh, it's 20 grand. We just charged normal rent prices. And I thought that would be the same in England. I thought you'd be able to rent somewhere for 3 months and not have it be, oh, well, you've got to sign up for council tax. Oh, you've got to sign up for the internet. Oh, you've got to sign up for this. I thought it would be more...
Yeah, but that's the thing, isn't it? That's
easy,
normally... if you sign up for internet, it can be a minimum of 12 months again. So you've got a contract and then you'd have to pay, I don't know, £300 to get out of that contract. And so that all adds up, doesn't it? With this way, because it's a short-term rent, the landlord covers all the costs of everything and you just pay them a fixed monthly fee for your power, for your heating, for your internet, for your water, for your council tax and insurance and all that sort of stuff. So it's just fixed rate, fixed term, and it's not far off an Airbnb, but it's just
a lot cheaper than an Airbnb.
Cheaper than an Airbnb.
Yeah. So we found this place because, like I say, everything else was just no 6 month minimum, and we didn't want to tie ourselves up for 6 months.
No,
because 6 months is a long time.
No, that's to say we don't know where you might get there, and Tess might get a job somewhere doing something completely different, and she's gone, isn't she?
So we thought that was a sweet spot. 3 months is a sweet spot.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was a bit scary, wasn't it? It was a bit scary.
It's very scary.
Because
Signing on the dotted line, you sign up to a lot of money. Everything is up front for 3 months.
Yeah.
And that's extremely hard. You've got to draw down on your mortgage to pay for 3 months' rent.
Yeah.
We
weren't expecting that, were we, Bri?
No.
So we found this place and it's 3 months, that's it. It's like, we've got to be out by mid-November. It comes fully furnished. Sorry. Like Bryce said, all the bills are included in the cost. It's not cheap, is it?
No, it's not cheap, but it's probably, for where we are, it's about right.
Is it?
Well, it is really, isn't it?
Yeah. God.
Because the rent is what, £500 a week, really.
Let's just say how much it is, because I can't be doing my big boy to tell you this cost.
That's what it is. It's about £500.
It's £2,000. No, hang on. It's £2,200 a month.
Yeah.
Plus £750
for bills.
That's
internet,
council tax, everything.
Yep.
So it's £3,000 a month.
Yep.
Which, when you're converting that back to New Zealand dollars, it's like, especially because the pound is really good at the moment compared to the New Zealand dollar.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my God, that is absolutely extortionate.
Yeah. But between 4 people, it's not too bad.
I know.
And that's what you've got to keep remembering. It's like they're all paying a part of the rent. It's not
they
just
are.
us.
Yeah.
So, we said we can't do more than the rent we get at home because that's what we're used to paying for mortgage and stuff.
Yeah.
And do you want that? And it was a big thing. Do you want this particular house? And they were like, yes. And It's outside of Bath. It's an 8-minute train ride.
Yeah.
There's a little branch line there, and it's beautiful, isn't it?
It is. It's a little town on a hill, and it's got its own little branch
kind of village,
line.
isn't it, really?
A little village, because there's a pub there, but it's closed.
It seems to be closed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's a cafe and a little school and a village hall, and the house is ancient, absolutely ancient.
It's Georgian, so it's going to be 300 years old.
Yeah. It's over 3 floors. It's got 3 bedrooms. Lovely furniture, isn't it? It's all furnished. So we said, well, we can bite the bullet and take it, because there was nothing else. Everything else
that would really fit. No. Yeah.
No.
Not for that short term. There were cheaper houses, but they were all long term.
Yeah.
You could get them one for £1,800, or you could get it for £1,500 a month. But you just couldn't get a short-term rent.
No.
And there were apartments that we could have gone into, and then you just think,
But what we didn't know is that they were going to want all the money and the deposit.
Because they said calendar month, and you're like,
front.
okay. And then it's like, you've got to pay it all up front.
But do you know what? This is what I said to you. If you went and booked in an Airbnb...
That's what you have to do anyway.
I know, but...
It's no different.
Such a lot of money to find,
I know.
But once we've paid it...
Yeah, then you have to pay the money back.
What do you mean?
Over 3 months. Well, we take it out of our draw down off your...
Yeah, I know we're going to draw down,
off your mortgage as such, which we have an open plan mortgage that you can do that, but you've got to pay it back, otherwise you're going to be paying a ton of interest.
I know. Oh, it feels
Plus deposit,
scary. It feels, but you know what? It also, and I'm trying to keep this really, remember this.
Yeah.
It makes you feel alive.
Well, that's what we were saying on the last podcast, wasn't it? You know, it's about doing these things that make it uncomfortable, because we can all get very comfortable. It's like, why are you doing that? Because it's life. It makes you feel vibrant and alive.
It does. It does. And you know what? I was having a big conversation with my brother about this. I wasn't going to talk about this, but I will, because it's just leading on to this naturally. We're having a big conversation, and he just said, he's got a big house in Devon and stuff, and he's got a big mortgage, and he's got 4 kids, and he just said, "What's it all for?" He goes, "You work in all your life," and he goes, "and you pass it down to your kids, and they're going to sell it or do whatever they want with it. In the meantime, he goes, why don't you just enjoy it now?" And I kind of thought, well, that's what we tend
to do, isn't it?
Because
he's just come back off his 2-week holiday, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And you can see that's it now until next year, or a bit of time off at Christmas and stuff like that.
Because in my ideal life, in my ideal brain, I would think, okay, we've got no mortgage.
Yeah.
We're going to have loads of savings, and but if we die, we're just going to give to the kids, and we're not going to be there to enjoy it.
Yeah, but I've already told them they're not getting anything, because I'll spend it all before we go.
Getting anything we've got is gone.
Because that's it. Well, it has. There's nothing to give them.
No.
So there you go. Get your own house, kids.
But do you know what I'm saying,
well, we had to.
No,
we had nothing.
No,
we've not had anything from our family. Anything.
No,
not that I ever would want anything. I know, but do you know what I'm saying? I just think when kids know they think they're going to get this or they're going to get that, it just changes their perspective or perception of what they're going to do.
Let me put it another way.
Yeah.
Say this whole trip is costing us 50 or 100,000. I don't know how much. Whatever it costs. Okay. Yeah. Well, let's say. Well, let's use the bathhouse that we're going to be having. £10,000, right?
Mm-hmm.
£10,000. And I know the kids are going to spend it, going halves on it and all that, but £10,000.
Yep.
You could either think, right, okay, well, I'm going to take that £10,000 and I'm going to make memories with my kids. I'm going to have experiences with them. I'm going to go back to, and again, I know this isn't for everyone. This is just mine and Brian's life at the moment.
Yep.
I'm going to just blow it all on living with you in Bath while you're in your early 20s, and we're going to go to the comedy store, and we're going to go to cafes, and we're going to live with them. Yeah, but they're not going to,
once they get partners, which they've had partners and they're now to partners, once they get or in a permanent, more serious relationship, let's put it that way, that you don't really get to see them then, do you? They're not going to want to spend time with you because they're with the partner. Do you know what I mean?
You could say, I'm not going to come, we're not going to do anything, but...
You can have the house if you don't get married.
No, listen, you're not letting me finish what I'm saying. Yeah, but it's important.
Okay.
Or you can say, well, when I die, there's £10,000 there. Go and spend it as you want.
Well, that's not much, is it?
No, you're not. You're missing the point.
All right.
What I'm saying is £10,000, I would rather spend it now.
Yes, now than with them.
With
That's what
them,
you're trying to say, yeah.
Rather than go, okay, we're dead now, here's £10,000.
Yes, yeah, because what's the point of £10,000 that you can spend?
And that's what I think my brother was trying to say.
Yeah,
Why am I slogging my guts out, working to pay a mortgage, to get some savings that, and I don't want to say I'm going to die anyway, because that sounds really morbid, but kind of like, you know?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, it's true. I'd rather spend the £10,000 with them than them on their own.
So that's what I'm trying to remember is, yes, this is really uncomfortable for us because we are down to our last bit of money on that drawdown mortgage, and we're spending everything we've got. We haven't got savings, we haven't got a pension, we haven't got any of that, you know? No. And I know that people would look at us and go, you're idiots then, you know, you're not financially proper.
No.
But we've got this. We're doing this.
We're doing the memories now.
We are, Bri.
Yeah.
We are. Mm-hmm. And when I get really scared and lay there in bed thinking, oh my God, £10,000, what are you doing, you idiot? Oh, blah, 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 and all these thoughts go in my head, that's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
And Jamie saying that to me the other day really really reiterated that in my head.
Do you know what a great saying once was said? And we said this to Sonny when we said we have to pump the money up front, like, you know, and I haven't got that sort of money right now. And it's like, okay, but here's the thing. You're going to have to pay that in each month over the next 3 months. And you just look at it as you've already earned the money because you're going to pay it anyway. So look at it as you've written they're all the bills are checks. So a bill comes in, that's a check I'm going to have to write. So do you see that way of thinking about it instead of
like manifestation?
Yeah, you're not even so much manifestation because it's reality. You're going to pay the same amount of money in that time. I just have to be forward now with that money between now. You know, I'm putting it up front, but I'm going to pay it back. It's just it's the same thing, but it's just different way of, you know, getting through the problem. It's not a problem. You're going to have to pay that anyway. So what's the problem?
It's a funny thing, money, isn't it? It's a funny thing. It's like
it's liquid.
Yeah, and it's
you can't hold on to it.
No, you can't, Bri.
Yep.
Just wish I
You're
had
a
more
fool
of
if
it.
you think
I want
you can.
more of it, Bri.
Yep.
And you always think, don't you? Oh, if I had loads more money, then all my problems would go away. And it's like, you know, again, I was listening to something the other day, and it's like you have to be. Sonny said something. I'll finish what I was saying. You have to be happy already. Yeah. You know, if money comes to you, then you're going to just be even more happier. If money comes to you and you're sad, you're going to be even more sadder probably. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. But that's what Sonny said.
Do you know?
It's
yes.
like, it wouldn't change me because I'm already a nice person. He said it's only when you're a complete tosser and tossers get money. That's not true. That's Sonny's words, but not mine. You know, it's like it makes you more of a tosser if you've got more money.
I think it comes back to the thing that a lot of people try and say. Not so much try and say, but it doesn't matter. Money doesn't matter. It's about being happy, because if you're happy, you don't need all those materialistic things. You know, that's what we love it when we go traveling. We've got one bag. And it's, you know, and a case with some clothes in it, and that's all you've got. That's it. You buy things on the way, but you know, when you leave, they stay. You know, I don't know. I know what we're trying to say.
Yeah, no, I know what we're trying to say too.
This is not for everybody. Some people need that reassurance that they know what they're going to be doing every day, because that's it.
Do you know what I did the other day?
What?
Do you know what I did? And this is like, it's the weirdest thing. So this house that we're in, this house-sitting house, like I say, big. It used to have, in the 1800s, early 1900s, it had maids, it had a cook, it had a butler. It's that sort of house. Yeah. We're not exaggerating when we say it's a beautiful, big, gorgeous house. And our bedroom has got big sash windows. I'm looking up to it now, and it's overlooking this garden. And it's huge ceilings with all ornate what's it called? Like cornice around. It's got big, you know, chandelier and walk-in bathroom, picture rails, and it's gorgeous. And the other day I lay in bed, I woke up in the morning And it's summer here, so the windows were wide open, and there's wisteria creeping around the windows. The one that the cat climbed up it last night, and it is like something out of a fairy tale. It's lovely. And I lay there, and I thought to myself, I imagined to myself, I thought, what would this be like? What would it be like? I tried, and I know this is going to sound a bit freaky, but I thought, imagine that you're a little girl now. You're like 10, 11, 12, whatever age you wanted to go back to. And this house was your parents' house. And I imagined that my mum and my dad, they were together, and I was imagining my mum downstairs in the kitchen, and I imagined my brother and my sister in the next bedroom, because I was only a child. So I went back to my childhood memory.
Right.
And this is where I lived, and this is how I felt, and this was home. Right. And I can go and do anything I want, and this would always be here. This would be home. I was thinking that feeling of, and all of a sudden I was just awash with a sense of safety and security. And I think because, and we've talked about this before, because we now haven't got my mum and dad and my mum at home in New Zealand with her house that she always used to say, just come and live here, just come and stay here, if anything goes wrong, just come and stay here.
Yep.
We haven't got that.
No, we
haven't got it on your side of the family, and we haven't got it on mine. And I just thought it's really brave what we're doing. This feels really brave, because going back to that feeling of being a child and going, I laid in that bed and I was like, this is what it used to feel like when you were a kid, Yeah. This is what it felt like to have that security. And I don't know why I'm saying this, and I don't know why I'm telling you, but it was a sense of you can tap into it. You can tap into security. Just I don't know what I'm saying, really.
No, I do know what you're saying. You're making perfect sense. Yeah, because that's what people always want to come back to, is that sense of everything's safe. I close the door at night, I'm safe.
Yeah.
No one can get me. I've paid all my bills. There's no wolves at the door as such. That type of thing, and that's what we do. I have a safe place in my mind that when I close my eyes, I know exactly where I am, and you walk into it with your eyes closed.
Where is it?
It's at home.
In New Zealand?
In New Zealand, yeah.
Is it?
Yeah. It's just the sun's just coming up.
Oh, God, I'm going to cry now.
But everyone should have that. That's it, isn't it? That's what a lot of Japanese philosophy was. It's like you have that safe place that you can just go and sit. And the times are tough and the times are hard. That's where you go. And that's exactly what you just did. Where, you close your eyes and you're just like, well, I'm there. And I don't have to see it with my own eyes. I can feel the sun on my face, And it's those sort of things. It's just, But you're feeling very wobbly because it's brave to keep moving through this and keep moving forward. And that's what I feel you're struggling with at the moment, is that sense of, I just want to be home. I feel a bit tired, that I have to keep moving forward. I have to be there for everybody. I have to keep pushing forward. And but it makes you feel alive. But you can struggle with it. And
also makes you cry, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Because you're like any traveller who's weary. Weary from travelling because you just want to stop,
Just that anchor, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
And you get confused. Is there ever going to be a podcast that I don't cry on? Honestly,
well, do you know, this is the journey, Liz. That's what this journey was for. Is so you can talk about these things right now. You've just mentioned something which is a grief and grieving problem of your parents. They're both gone, because I think that comes up from yesterday. You were with your brother, and he actually mentioned that thing. Is both my parents are gone.
Yeah.
You don't know until they're both gone. That's it. You've got your sisters and your brothers, but realistically, they've got their own lives and their own demons they're fighting with. or not so much demons, but just life.
Yeah.
You know, we make ourselves so busy in our individual lives that we're not there for everybody else, and you can't be, because you're looking after yourself and your particular family. You know, we've found that out, that seeing family, you can see them almost go, oh, really want to see you, but we're so busy. And it's like they juggle things to get some time off, some hours off to spend that time with you. We look at it in different ways, like, well, we just get an hour's work in here and there if we can, and then we can spend the day with you, where most people can't do that because they've got jobs.
And I think like you, exactly like you just said, it's you're looking for that anchor. And I'm confusing that anchor with money. Like, if I had that money as an anchor, then that would be keep me safe. Like, you know, that would be good. And I haven't got that. And so it's like, well, fucking hell, like, you know, what have we got?
And it's not like you've got houses around the world that you just go, oh, I can go and live in that one this week, and I'll live in that one in the next couple of weeks, because that all comes at a cost, doesn't it? You know? I think this is why, you know, we loved it in Greece, because it had that holiday manana island feel about it, didn't it? Like, you know, where you just think, we're here for the next 4 weeks, and knowing to us, we were actually there for 9 weeks, and so it just felt very calm that we weren't going anywhere. But Tess was starting to pull her hair out after a bit, because again, it's a different age, isn't it? That's the crow man.
Yeah. Oh, I love you, Bri.
I love you, Liz.
You're always so flipping. You can always see it.
But yeah, not all the time. I was buying the car the other week. Bit of a grey mist came over. But you're aware of it. That's the thing. You know. And
you know, before we leave the subject, because we'll just leave it at that. But before we leave that subject, the thing I thought after, you know, all this, which all ties in now, I can see it now. I'm looking back at everything we've just talked about today, and I can see it. But what I thought as well, as I was lying in that bed and waiting for my school, is that's what our kids feel like.
Yes.
And that's what we are to our kids, you know? And
because we had that wonderful discussion the other night when we were just sitting at, there's a table behind the camera, where we sit at night, and you know, have a little fire there and stuff, and we were talking about the trip that we did in Canada around Christmas and New Year. And unknown to us, you don't think that the kids are enjoying it that much. It's like, oh, mum and dad dragging us away again. You know, we did a house exchange, which is not a house swap, wasn't it? But, completely different. So it doesn't cost you anything. It's just your flights to get where you're going and back again.
We went to British Columbia,
Nelson.
for a month.
Yeah, and
in December.
They just started reeling off all these things and experiences that they'd done, why they were there,
and how they felt,
and how much they loved it.
I know,
you know, and just like, oh, the snow coming down at night at 1 o'clock in the morning when they were out in town together. They'd been out for drinks and stuff, celebrate New Year or whatever it was, and you know, Sonny was describing the snow falling down because he'd never really seen that in New Zealand. You know,
I love Canada.
Oh, Canada's great, isn't it?
Absolutely love it.
Yeah, we loved our time there.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah,
but just that. You know, you pass it on, don't you? You pass that feeling of security on, and but that's what we're doing.
Yeah, that was a month away again, and it felt like such a long time. But you know, you're going home. Where this, because it's a long time before you're going home, but it's crazy because you're 4 months into it now. Yeah, and there's only 8 to go.
I know.
And it's you don't want to look at it. I don't want to look at it like that. And when this next time zone is up in three months' time, it'll be, you've only got 5 months left. That type of feeling, isn't it? Like, you know, and you know what I'm trying to say? It's, I don't want to wish the time away.
No.
I don't want to wish this next 3 months away. I want to enjoy the next 3 months.
Me too.
And make every week feel like a month.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I am a bit nervous about though, Bri. There's no outside space.
Do you know what? I think that's great because that will make us go out more.
Yeah.
You know?
So it's like a forward-facing building, isn't it? With
it's
Georgian windows.
It's a terraced house.
Yeah.
And it's like a terraced townhouse, even though it's in a village. And it literally, the front step steps onto the road.
Yeah, onto the street.
Onto the street, because there's like
it's not a road.
There's like a driveway there, isn't it?
There's no traffic.
No, there's
it's
no
like
traffic.
in this village with no traffic. It's beautifully quiet.
Yeah.
There is a little bench outside the kitchen window. We could always go and sit there and just sit looking at the street.
Wisteria all over the front of the house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I must admit, from someone who is, I have to be outdoors all the time.
Yeah.
I'm a bit nervous.
That's why we do podcasts outside.
I know.
Only when it's raining.
I don't like being inside. I hate it.
We have to do it inside. Yeah.
Yeah. So that will be interesting. But I'm really excited about it because it's not somewhere that we would ever rent or buy. Ever.
No, I would
it's
never.
Not. It's not our.
Do you know, it's completely renovated inside. It's beautiful inside.
It is.
It really
it's gorgeous.
is. You know, it's been done very
big
tastefully.
Stone floors, big couches, big open
There's wood
fire,
burners and things, and
beautiful kitchen.
It's all brand new
the
stuff
bedroom has got a massive big circular window above the bed, which I'm really happy about because we can see the sky. And I was thinking I might just put a little table underneath that window so I can write.
Yep.
Either that or we'll just go to cafes and I'll just work.
Yeah. But like I say, the great thing about it, you can it's a 5-minute walk to the train station, and it's like it is like something off Downton, isn't it? Because it's just in the middle of the country.
It is.
It's like you're looking over fields and there's a river and a canal,
and
a train comes by and you jump on it, and 8 minutes you're in the centre of Bath. Bath Spa Station. So that's the side I'm looking forward to.
Me too. I'm really looking forward to that.
And the positivity side of things, and just it's great to think that we're going to be spending autumn at that part of the world, which the Llywelyn Valley, which it's in, it's just it's got the Kennet and Avon Canal, the River Avon, that's the river, because it's Avon is Saxon for river, and it's got the train line, and that's the place when I heard the most glorious sound ever in the world when we were living in Bath, was we were at the Angelfish Cafe, which is on the Kennet and Avon Canal, or it used to be called the Angelfish. Liz had actually gone to the bathroom, and I'm just getting ready to get back to the car, and I just heard a Rolls-Royce Merlin engine. And I went, because just instantly the hairs started standing up.
Yeah, you've got goosebumps all over your body now.
And
I can see it on your neck.
I could hear it. I was like, that sounds to me like a Spitfire. And if you don't know what a Spitfire is, it's the World War II fighter plane. And next minute it came over my head. And it just banked around and turned around and went back down the valley. And it was just the most glorious sound in the world. And to this day, it's just one of those memories that sticks with you. And then it came back and flew over again. And it was just like, oh my God, it's the first time I've ever heard one of those things in all my life. As a boy, I had the models and the Airfix models and things like that of that particular plane. And I mean, people say it won the Battle of Britain, but it was actually the Hurricane that did that.
Was it?
Yes, but the Spitfire was terrifying for the mosquito fighters, apparently.
Oh, okay. Talking
about
Not
mosquito. What were they called? The Messerschmitts. Yeah, mosquitoes was the 633 Squadron. Anyway, that's another one.
Well, you could have got away with that, Brad, because I honestly don't know anything about that. So I can't even join you in that conversation because I don't know about it. But talking about mosquitoes, flipping England, it's full of them. I've never had so many bites in all my life.
Yeah.
They say about coming to New Zealand and the sandfly.
Yeah,
it's nothing compared to
in
these.
The summer, as they're called. Yeah, look, they're all over, aren't they?
Right. I was going to talk about, before we go, but we're probably running out of time now, but I was going to just talk about, and I can save it for my video diary if you like, I was going to talk about that comment that we got yesterday, and Oh, you want to talk? Yeah, but you should talk about that. So you said you were going to talk about that. I know, but should I just save it for my video diary?
If you want, but I can't interact on it.
I know, but that's what I'm worried about. Okay. I'm worried about what you will say.
Why? What am I going to say?
Well, I don't know. But so yesterday, so here's the thing. This whole year away has been is a time to connect and heal. You've obviously know that we had a lot of loss last year, and both my parents died, and we were using this year away to reconnect as a family, to heal, to just be, and when we were in Greece, we did a lot of audio podcasts, and thank you to those people that carried on walking beside us and being part of that journey, because I don't suppose it's very interesting not seeing a video of someone talking. And so we appreciate the fact that you turned up for that and you stayed with us throughout. And we did about 4 of these audio podcasts, didn't we? Where we could just relax and be ourselves, and I could open up, and it was just glorious. It was so lovely, and actually not much different than we're doing now, because And then on the last podcast before we left Greece, we decided, we just talked about it earlier in this podcast, the one where we stood on the balcony with looking like a sheep shearer. And I talked about how Greece had given me this safe space, this bubble, this glorious bubble, to be able to just be, and open up and talk with you, and talk on the audio podcast and talk with the kids. And on the podcast, I start crying, and, I'm getting emotional and stuff. And, anyone who is going through any kind of grief or loss will know that that's not something it just comes over you like a wave. Yeah. You can't stop it, and nor should you want to. Anyway, I felt very, very vulnerable putting that video out, putting that podcast out. It wasn't easy. And we put it out, and the audio version went out on Apple first. Yeah. And a friend of ours who we have a lot of respect for, his opinion, he's a very close friend called Cliff Ravenscraft. He's a podcaster himself. You've heard us talk about that before. He sent me a message and he said to me, Liz, loved that podcast that you've just done. So it was like, oh, phew, I felt like, safe. And it was like, oh, okay, that's good. Anyway, we were driving down to my brother's yesterday. We released it on YouTube that morning, the Thursday. And obviously I'm nervous because it's got a video on it, and it's like shows me crying, and it wasn't the most entertaining of podcasts. It was just us being real, telling our story. Yeah. And I'm driving down to my brother's, and this is the first time I've seen my brother since my dad's funeral. So I'm nervous about seeing him, because you're going to be talking about loss, and you're trying to keep it happy, and it's like we both wanted to give each other a big hug, but at the same time you're feeling like, oh, I was nervous about, maybe nervous is not the right word. I knew it was going to be an emotional time. So I was I was feeling emotionally charged as we were driving down there, let's say that. Anyway, I opened up the YouTube app in the comments, and a guy on there called Raymond, I won't say his second name, but I think his name was Raymond or Ray or someone like that. He said on the first comment, he's like, oh, I usually enjoy listening to you guys, but this was just, what did he say? This was just a load of waffle. Yeah. And someone underneath had written, and I don't know who it was, but thank you for, stepping in. Because I always think, oh, that's so protective. No,
it's lovely when your followers do that, isn't it? Yeah, it is.
And this person said, you're entitled to your opinion, as I am mine, but that wasn't necessary. You didn't need to comment that.
Be so nasty or whatever it was.
Yeah, they didn't say you don't have to be so nasty. Right. They said that wasn't necessary. You didn't have to comment that. And he answered back and he said, I think I did, because by saying this, they'll up their game and stop putting out such codswallop. Yeah. And now, here's what I wanted to say. That person is right. Everyone is entitled to their opinion, and everyone is entitled to give feedback. But be really, really, really careful, Raymond, when you are typing those things, because you don't know that I'm sitting in a car really, really nervous and upset about seeing my brother, who's battled his own cancer journey, seeing his sister, that we've lost our parents. You don't know that. You don't know when you type those words that I'm going to open that app and I'm going to read those words that say what you've just said is a load of codswallop. Now, any other time, I might have been able to go, do you know what, whatever, move on. A comment's a comment. We have lots and lots of comments that aren't very nice, and you just move on. But this particular one at this particular time about that particular podcast, bloody hell. It hurt, Yeah. It really did. And I'm not saying this because I'm not saying this, oh, don't send us nasty comments, we can't take it. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, think before you press send, that there is a person on the other end of that comment that's going to read what you've just written. Just think about that. Yeah, that's all I want to say.
No, I think that's so true, because all as I think with things like that, and I remember talking to your brother yesterday about this as well, because he has his own YouTube channel as well. Yeah. He's a dog trainer and everything, and he's anyway. It's the fact that just because a piece of content doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't mean that it's cod wallop or waffle. It just didn't work for you.
Exactly.
So move on. You don't need to stop and go, oh, this is going to be, this is going to help you. It's, as in help you move on. It's, you're criticizing something. It's, what's the word I'm looking for? It's, constructive criticism.
Yeah.
Is it really constructive criticism when you're actually throwing a negative out there? Oh, what would be nicer if you could do this or this, because it's not what I was expecting with your title. That's constructive criticism.
No, the title was fine. The title
that's what
was
I'm saying,
how
but
Greece
I'm just
changed
saying
us.
on another point,
Yeah.
not that particular one, and just, I don't know. Is that how you want to be talked to when you do a job that you're doing, Raymond, or whatever it was? If someone just goes, hey, mate, that's a load of rubbish you just done there. It's not nice, is it?
It's not. And
you could have done better.
The thing is, I was, again, I'm aware that there are going to be people watching this going, don't do it. If you don't want people to criticise you, don't do it. Yeah, don't put content out. And I understand that. I understand that. It's true. It's part of the job. It comes with part of the territory. Yeah. And like you say, constructive feedback to me is, we can't hear you, or you keep interrupting Brian, or, we get a lot of that. It's like, oh, let him speak, or the lighting, the camera kept flickering, but to say you're talking codswallop, that's not about us, that is about you as a person. Yes. And that's what I was trying to remember this morning.
Yeah, it was personal stuff you were talking about, and that's what you're getting at.
And I get it, I wouldn't want to.
It's not for everyone.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But just I think that's just what I want to say is, and that goes for us too, me and you. And not that I would ever leave a nasty comment on anything, but it's true. And I suppose that goes back to just be careful with your words.
I think because your brother said as well, do you know, if it was something like just at a Times article, it's gone through a sub-editor at the main editor to get to that point, but you disagree with it. He said, I might put a comment on that. He said, but if it's someone's YouTube channel, I don't really care. I don't comment unless it's positive.
No.
Because at the end of the day, it has a negative impact on everybody else. Then, doesn't it? You just become one of those troll type persons.
We never open up. We never tell you about because why would you want to know that? Why would you want to know? Because that's not.
If you hear this time, then obviously you're invested and I want to listen to what we have to say. But anyway.
This is just a little glimpse, a little insight into into that, and that's that. I just wanted to share that with you because it happened, and I think it's important. I think it's important to share it.
Yep.
All right.
Right.
So now, what am I going to talk about on my video diary? I can think about something. Right. Look, the sun has just come out. The director has just said, Brian, for God's sake, turn the sun up.
It's 2:30
She's getting more and more miserable. Look at her.
Yeah, Sunny stopped streaming because I can hear him not talking anymore.
Yeah. We're going to go into Bath this evening, and we're going to have a walk around the bars and the cafes and just soak up the atmosphere.
Soak up some summer atmosphere.
And next week, I'm going to tell you about how we feel about just being in Bath again, because
it's going to be weird, isn't it?
It is, yeah. Oh, no, next week we can talk about our 11 days where we've got nowhere to live.
Yes. What it's like to be homeless again.
Yes, we will be homeless next week because the house sit finishes and the rental doesn't start until mid-September. So we've got a period of time where we've got nowhere to live.
Nowhere to live at all.
So that'll be fun.
Yeah, unless the house sit comes up.
Thank you so much for joining us this week on the podcast. You don't know how much it means to have this chance to be able to just chat and open up. And thank you, darling Brian. No, don't do that face because I'm just saying it. Love you so much.
I love you so much as well.
Yeah.
That's why we do this. Yeah.
So until next time, don't forget, my heart always beats with yours, even yours, Raymond. My heart still beats with you.
Yep. There you go, Ray.
Yeah. Until next time, I'll speak to you soon.
Yep. So, kia kaha, stay strong, ki'u, stay true. And talking of that Rolls-Royce Merlin engine from the Spitfire, anyone out there who has ever done any military service, my heart goes out to you guys. And thank you for what you've done for everybody in the world. I really appreciate you.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
Lest we forget.
Yes.
See you now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello. You know it's been a good podcast, don't you? When you come out to do your video diary and you're like, I don't know where all that came from. That was a fantastic episode. It really was. And it's always the way when you think, oh, we'll talk about this and that, and then it organically grows. And I was just thinking then, like, what am I going to talk about? Because hang on, I've come out to the woodshed. This is the house's woodshed. They've got their own wood store, so it's nothing nicer than a wood store. Yeah, I thought, what am I going to talk about? Because I've already just said it all on the podcast, so I'll try and make this short. Do you know what? What I want to say is Brian. He is my thread of just goodness, of stability, of strongness, of love, of listening, of words, of all of it. I don't know if it comes across in a podcast how much I bloody adore that man, how much I adore him with all my life. When I was in the car yesterday, and I was upset about that comment, and I half expected him to kind of go, oh, I know, oh, what an idiot, you should just, what, and he just goes, do you know what, Liz, just delete it, just don't worry about it. And I was thinking about it this morning, and I thought that is his greatest, one of his most greatest skills is he doesn't add. He doesn't add fuel to anything. He doesn't add anything to the, like, he doesn't catastrophize anything. He doesn't go, oh yeah, I know. Or if I'm upset, he's just like, oh, come on, there, it's fine. This is real. That, you know, you're upset because of this, and I don't know. He just keeps it all calm. He keeps it all level and level-headed. That man is just incredible. It is incredible. And I know you don't watch these, Brian, and I know you edit them, but I'm on YouTube telling everyone how much I love you. Oh, so that's it. That's all I wanted to say, because he said it all. You've seen it all. You witnessed it all on the podcast. And this is me right after that podcast saying, bloody hell, I am so grateful I've got him as my husband. I am so grateful I've got you, Brian Deacle. So there you go. I'm going to hand over now. I'll go into the house and I'll say, right, I've done my video diary. It's your turn, and he'll probably tell you. I always like to guess what he's going to talk about. I don't even watch them. I don't watch his video diaries, and he doesn't watch mine. But I bet last week he was talking maybe about the car. Was he talking about the car? And this week, I reckon he's going to talk about the Spitfire, because I saw him get very emotional about that, and just touched, just that. And that's the other thing. Oh God, it's 3 minutes 37 now. But that's the other thing is, I always think on a podcast, don't get so emotional, Liz. Don't try and keep it in, Liz. Just don't. And yet when I see him getting full of goosebumps talking about the Spitfire that he heard, or talking about his safe place that he goes to in his head where he talks about New Zealand, I just want to drink it in. I just want more. I love it. I absolutely love it. I love it. I love the realness and the passion and the aliveness and the vulnerability and the rawness and in his words, unscriptedness of it all. I just love it. So as much as I feel so vulnerable, that I'm aware that I'm on here, like, you know, again, talking, I'm not even going to say that because it just sounds silly, but just, I can hear it in my own, I'm having two conversations in my head, and it's like, no, you're not being too vulnerable, you're not being too emotional, you're being what everyone wants, you're being what the right people need to hear, you're hearing what you want to hear, you're being the help that you need. And so, yeah, when I see that in Brian, I'm so appreciative of it. Okay. Thank you so much for listening to this video diary and being part of our podcast, and I will speak to you soon. Okay, bye.
Oh, wow. That was ended up being quite an emotional podcast there. Starting off a little bit sort of, I don't know, what could you, being a bit sort of giddy to it a bit when we started, and then to end up being so, not so much serious, but just opening up a little bit. And that's the beauty of a podcast that you do with your wife. You talk about things that you don't sort of normally talk about from day to day, even though we do talk a lot of the stuff that we talk on the podcast we do talk about. But I don't know, something makes you just open up because you want to share. And I think sharing certain things with people and just the wider world out there, that hopefully it makes you feel that bit more normal as well. Even like doing these video diaries, I haven't got a clue what I'm about to start talking about. I just start talking, and you know, people will say to me, well, how do you cope with things and keep yourself that bit sane when, I don't know, the world's falling apart around you? And you've probably heard me say before, you know, learning a trade and being a tradie for many years, when things go wrong, you've got to keep going, you know, because if you don't, then you can burn someone's house down, you can flood someone's house, you can do those sort of things. So you've got to just keep thinking and think outside the box. And people say, well, how do you think outside the box? What makes you different? What makes you think outside the box and other people don't? Me personally, you know what, when I was at school, and I didn't like school, but it was not the real reason I didn't like school. Is I struggled to read and write when I was a child. For want of a better word, because I don't particularly like labels, is people will say, oh, you were dyslexic. In my day, in the 1960s, you were just slow. And many of my reports just said Brian is slow. It wasn't saying that you were thick or you're a bit stupid. Not that dyslexic people are, because that makes us think outside the box. Because you have to duck and dive and avoid that confrontation with whoever it is says, what does this say? And you'll think of something else because I haven't got a clue what it says, you know? And it's not that I don't read and do things now, it's just that's what started it with me, to think outside the box, think differently, look at things in a different light, even down to the likes of religion and things, you know? At a very young age, it just didn't seem right to me because I was thinking outside the box. I didn't want to be put in the box with everybody else. My dad used to say to me, I always say, why didn't you push me more towards reading and writing and moving me forward? And he just said, because I found at an early age with you, if I pushed you in one direction, you'd go in the other direction. And I thought that was great for him as a dad to turn around and say that to me, because you blame your parents, you blame this on them, or you put too much on them. And that just made me think, yeah, there's no book to being a parent. There really isn't. It's however you perceive your kids or your perception of them, and that's it. I just didn't know what I was talking about here, and I've gone off on a different tangent about trying to bring it round to why do I look at things differently, and that's mainly it. And I just want to share that with you on this, that if it can help you, and that's all we ever try to do on this podcast, is bring the positivity out, bring the good things, the laughy things that make you laugh, and hey, that make you cry, the real world things. And I just hope that these diaries for the people who are listening to it, get something out of them. And last week I was talking about a car and this, that, and the other, and this week here I am giving you. I don't often open up on things because, again, like I said, because I struggled so much at school. I don't like to share that because people think, oh, you're not very clever then, are you? I'll leave that up to you. Anyway, that's enough of me for now, and I'll see you on the next one. And thank you, Liz. I love you for being you and opening up the way you do, because I think it's so special for people out there, and I think they can relate. And yes, I'll see you on the next one. Take care now. Bye.
We went all the way across town and we got off the train, and it was a surprise. I wouldn't tell her where we were going. She's like, tell me where we're going. Tell me where we're going.
What is this? I'm 20 years old and I don't want to see dead people. I know I see them, but I don't want to see them.